My name is Samuel Holmes, and I'd like to talk today about the business surrounding video games. According to Forbes, the economic impact to the U.S. GDP was around $11 billion in 2016, with publishers and developers of video games averaging a salary of over $90,000. And my purpose today is to talk about the different industries that are on the rise due to the increase in popularity with video games. And this includes creating and developing video games, and viewing video games, with esports becoming a thing, as well as live streaming. And this is a topic that I have been interested in for several years, and I've done extensive research. And today I'm going to explain the background behind the developing and publishing, esports, and live streaming. And the best place to start is with the creation of video games. When you're creating a video game, there's two parts to it. There's development, which is where the workers code and actually create the software for the video game. And then there's the publishing, which is the distribution of the physical copy, as well as the marketing, advertising, and paying the developers. With developing, it's a growing industry with jobs available in all 50 states. And this is where they're looking for people with skills such as programming, computer graphics, computer design, software design, stuff of that nature. And as of right now, there are roughly 2,300 companies in the U.S., and combined with publishing companies, there's about 65,000 employees, but this is a growing field. And with publishing video games, this is where they create the physical copy and they distribute stores. This is where they do the advertising, the marketing, and this is where they pay developers. And with developing, there's two ways it can work. Some publishing companies develop in-house, and this is called internal development, or most companies pay another company to actually develop the game, and this is called external development. And then consumers not only want to play games, but it's come to the attention that people like viewing others playing games. And with that has came the rise of what's called esports. And esports, according to Nathan Edge, the author of the Live Video Streaming and the Emergence of a New Web Community academic journal, says that it's called electronic sports, more commonly known as esports, and is the term used to describe playing high-level video games and spectating of digital games in a competitive atmosphere. And basically what this is where companies host a tournament and they have high-skilled players compete against each other while other people spectate. Esports started out as an online viewing experience where players would log on to certain websites to watch these competitions. But in recent years, it has grown popular to the point that companies are renting out these large establishments and actually selling tickets to view the tournaments live in person, and they can meet the players and all that. And it's gotten to the point now that competitors can actually win up to several $1,000s, and foreign players can actually earn a athletic visa to come to the U.S. to play in these competitions and stay in the U.S. for a while. But esports is not the only way that companies are making money by viewing games. Live streaming has become a exceptionally popular industry. The main company being Twitch.tv, which is a broadcasting system that allows players to broadcast their gameplay live, and other people can spectate the game and actually chat with the player while they're playing. And it also includes options where you can subscribe to the player and basically donate money to them monthly. And according to CNBC, in a news article, they reported that Twitch last year generated a collective of $60 million between ad revenue and these donations that I was speaking of. And there are multiple industries based around video games that are constantly growing. In conclusion, developing and publishing a game is just the beginning. Both the esports and live streaming are growing industries. The main parts of these presentation were the industries of video games, such as developing, publishing, the esports, and live streaming. And my purpose today was just to explain the different industries that are on the rise and kind of give background to that. And video games are emerging as a spectator sport. ESPN has recently started broadcasting certain video games, such as Counter-Strike, on air. Um, so it won't be long until it's talked about in the household, such as like football and soccer and basketball. Now, is there any questions